soon as I start with a couple, I always explain to them a few things. So one of the things is there's no kissing allowed in my shoots, okay? I find kissing is something that couples do when they don't know what to do. I'm Gabe McClintock. I am using Canon R5s, EF35 on one and an RF50 on the other. And then that's pretty much like 99% of my equipment that I use for weddings. I don't use zooms, no flash, nothing. That's it. Yeah, always light. So just like a pocket of light or something where there's like a dark background, like a shadow or something. If there's no direct sun, I'll look for like a pocket of shadow, because then I can put the couple in front of that, and then it gives the appearance visually when I shoot it of like a beam of light. 1 hour before sunset. I'm tight to it because I find, well, as everyone knows, like the light's way better before sunset. And so if I start my couples off in the good, like okay light and make them get better in the best light, right? It's one of the reasons why I don't do sunrise shoots, because I find if I start in the best light and they're the most awkward, they get good when the sun goes up. So I'm like, that's completely counterproductive for me. So I'm like, I just always got to flip it and do it at sunset. And I don't like to wake up in the morning. So yeah. Hi, everyone. I want you guys to ask me anything. This is obviously a weird dynamic for me to pose a couple with 15 people and give you guys a minute each. You know what I mean? Like so I'll set them up in places. I'll explain to you why I'm doing it. And then I probably will just step back and then you can do what you need to do. I'm gonna stay here, but I want you guys to ask me anything. Whatever you need from me, I'm here, okay? So how I start every session, when I get the couple, regardless if it's portraits from say a connection session or a wedding day or an elopement, as soon as I start with a couple, I always explain to them a few things. So one of the things is there's no kissing allowed in my shoots, okay? I find kissing is something that couples do when they don't know what to do, or it's what photographers get couples to do when they don't know how to create intimacy without a kiss. So you'll see it if you tell your couple to be there. They usually, the first thing they do is they hold each other really tight and then they'll kiss. And then they'll giggle and then they'll feel awkward, okay? So I always tell couples no kissing, okay? If you want to kiss, just kiss like nose, cheek, chin. You know, she can kiss his hand, the back of his hand, stuff like that. Also, if you don't kiss, it creates tension, okay, between the couple. If you're spending an hour with a couple and they're constantly like touching and holding and they don't have like that outlet of kiss, by the end of the session, you can see it, like it just after an hour, like it builds and builds and builds, and then you're like, okay, you guys need to chill out, okay? But it's a brilliant way to get couples to like engage with each other, okay? So no talking. The reason why I don't like talking is because we've all had that photo where their mouth's half open and it looks like they're chewing on something and you can't fix that in post, right? So I just like, do not communicate. All communication is done through touch, okay? You wanna tell him how much you love him, touch him, okay? You wanna tell her how much you love her, tickle her, okay? However that is, just communicate through touch. And it's great for photos, right? Eyes are always at each other, nose, lips, chin, chest are down, okay? Within a 2-foot circle, okay? Reason being, she's holding him and he's like this, he's gone, okay? So I always keep in mind when you're shooting, wherever the couple's eyes are facing is where their brain is visually, okay? So they need, to me, if they're looking at each other down, they're connected in this circle, okay? And it comes across in photos, you'll see it all the time. You'll see a guy looking off into the distance. He looks so disinterested in being there. And most importantly, always be moving. So we're just gonna walk this way because they were just here. So we'll just change it up and go this way. So can you guys just stand right here for a second? We're gonna go back this way. So for me, if you guys, I don't know if you've seen my work, a lot of it has to do with light and like pockets of light and the way I position couples in light, okay? So you can see how this is like, almost like a flashlight on them. Okay, so I'm always, when I'm walking through wherever, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for these little pockets of light, directions of light, beams of light, anything like that. Yeah, so I want to roll a shoot with it. Just kind of let it hang to your side. Not like a baseball bat, like just like, you know, soft. Yeah, so you're gonna just step on this side of her, just so you're not blocking light. Look down this way. Yeah, come just around her just a little more. Yeah, there. Oh, that's a lot of people. You know, you'll get couples to face each other and they'll hold each other. Can you come here? And they'll do this, right? Is if you tell every guy, keep your hands above her waist and turn your fingers up, okay? Visually, it will change your photos, I promise you, okay? Because as soon as you turn your fingers up, there's intention to it. Okay, there's an intention why he's holding her. But if it's just like dead hands, it's just like blah. Okay, so always like on the back, fingertips up. Yes. And don't forget to move your hands on her. Yeah. And you'll see that line of light. See how it hit their hands right there at certain points? You can see the line on her face, the line on the side of his head. So always having the groom move his hands on her because it becomes less posy and it becomes more fluid. No, I shoot aperture, sorry, but I just used the dial. Yeah, exposure compensation. Yeah. Yeah, of course. All right, let's move this way. What did I do in Iceland? I shot a wedding in Iceland with Sarah and Josh. She's a wedding photographer, and it was kind of pre-Iceland, in the sense like pre-chaos of Iceland. And we just shot for 2 days. I remember the very first photo I took out of the side of the car, and I remember taking the first shot, and I looked at the viewfinder, and or the back of the screen, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna be good. And got home, vlogged the wedding with no anticipation of anything. And then it was within about 3 days, I got a message from Junebug Weddings who wanted to feature it. And then from there, kind of just went off. Like it went, I think Yahoo was the big feature of it. So it was like yahoo.com.ca in UK. And it was like me, Bieber, and Barack Obama. And we just cycled the front page of Yahoo. And it was like, I figured like 26 million people saw that wedding in the first like 5 days. And that was it. That was
Iceland economy saved.
Yeah, it was, me and Beebs talk about it all the time. It was his music video and my wedding photos. It was crazy. The Today Show flew the couple to New York to interview. Like it was insane. It was one of those, what the hell's happening and why is it happening? But yeah, it changed everything for me. Yeah. Like it changed the direction I feel of like my career for sure. So yeah, it was cool. Okay, can you guys stand right here? Can I take these? Yeah. Can you, yeah, just right on the grass. I'm like, who's gonna take these? So just face me, just let your dress fall. Don't worry about it, it's just gonna be quick. Can you go right behind her? One of the biggest things I find is, if you kind of hear what I'm saying about like hands and eyes and touch and all stuff, I'm very much into like the small details in a photo can make the biggest impact in the photo, okay? So sometimes you'll look at a picture and you're not sure why it makes you feel something. This is what I'm going for. So one of the things that I always say is just for you guys, imagine there's lasers pointing out of their eyes, okay? So if they're laser, I know it's hilarious, but it'll make sense in a second. Sometimes can I touch your head? Yeah. Okay. Sometimes you'll see guys do this, okay? And you'll see this photo. Close your eyes, both of you, okay? This is like, whatever, right? For me, that laser analogy, just always have their eyes, the laser beams, crossing. Keep your head like that, turn your head in and down. So you can see how much better this looks than this. This looks like he's sleeping. This is like, I can't get close enough to her, okay? So just whenever you guys are setting up that pose, just remember, laser beams, cross. Instagram is probably just Gabe McClintock. Yeah, and then GabeMcClintock.com is my website. And that's it, it's good. Thanks so much.
And if you're a wedding photographer looking for a website, check out Focal. You just send them a few photos and they just build an entire website for you, and it's wonderful and amazing. It also comes with a lot of bonuses as well, so check out the link in the description.